Welcome to another chilling fireside story. Tonight, we unravel one of the most puzzling and heart-wrenching mysteries in recent history, the disappearance of Timothy Pitzen. Before we dive in, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. It means the world to me, and if you enjoy these detailed true crime documentaries, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video with those who love mysteries as much as you do. It's crucial that we continue to talk about these unsolved crime cases, keeping their stories alive so that the investigations can carry on and one day we may finally find the answers and justice these victims deserve. Also, please be advised that this video contains sensitive content that may be disturbing for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, settle in by the fire and join me as we explore the baffling disappearance of Timothy Pitzen, a case that has left investigators searching for answers for over a decade. Timothy Pitzen was just 6 years old when he disappeared without a trace on May 11, 2011. The young boy from Aurora, Illinois, had spent the previous days on a mini vacation with his mother, Amy Fry-Pitzen, visiting water parks, zoos, and amusement parks across the Midwest. But this was no ordinary getaway. When Amy was found dead in a Rockford, Illinois motel room, Timothy was nowhere to be found. The last confirmed sighting of the boy was on May 12, 2011, and his disappearance has left a trail of haunting questions. Despite years of investigation, tips, and even a shocking false lead in 2019, Timothy Pitzen's fate remains a painful mystery. Was he kidnapped? Was he placed in the care of someone unknown to authorities? Or is there a more sinister explanation? The more we uncover, the deeper the mystery seems to go. Amy's journey leading up to her death raises numerous questions. On May 11, 2011, Amy picked Timothy up from school, telling the staff that there was a family emergency. Over the next 2 days, they visited several well-known tourist spots, including Brookfield Zoo and the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin. Surveillance footage from these locations shows Amy and Timothy seemingly enjoying their time together. However, behind the happy exterior, Amy's actions were anything but ordinary. She disconnected her phone and did not respond to frantic calls from her family and husband, Jim Pitzen. For 3 days, Amy's whereabouts remained unknown, until her body was discovered at the Rockford Inn. Beside her, authorities found a haunting note that read, "Timothy is safe. He will never be found." This cryptic message would set the tone for the tragic mystery that followed. But where was Timothy? Did Amy hand him off to someone she trusted, or was this part of a more sinister plot? Surveillance footage remains the most crucial piece of evidence in Timothy's case. In the final confirmed sighting, Amy and Timothy are captured on video leaving the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin on May 13, 2011. Both mother and son appear calm and unaware that these would be the final moments of their time together. Shortly afterward, Amy checked into the Rockford Inn alone, leaving no indication of where her son had gone. Investigators combed through security footage from every possible location but could not find any footage of Timothy after he left the resort. This critical gap has left investigators baffled, as no witnesses could confirm where Amy took Timothy next. Did she hand him over to someone she knew? Was Timothy hidden in a location that only she knew of? The lack of solid leads only deepened the mystery. Amy's tragic death left a void not only in Timothy's life but in the lives of those who loved her. After her body was discovered, authorities quickly ruled her death a suicide. They determined that Amy died by suicide, having overdosed on antihistamines and cutting her wrists. But the note she left behind has haunted everyone involved in the investigation. Could it be that Amy truly believed she was protecting Timothy from something? Or was this a final act of desperation from a woman who had reached the breaking point? Jim Pitzen, Timothy's father, was devastated by both his wife's death and his son's sudden disappearance. Over the years, he has continued to search for answers, but the painful uncertainty has left him with more questions than closure. To understand why Amy may have disappeared with Timothy, we have to look at her life leading up to the event. Amy had a history of mental health struggles and had been receiving treatment for depression. Friends and family described her as a loving mother, but also someone who was often troubled by her own inner demons. There were also tensions within her marriage. Amy had reportedly threatened to leave Jim in the past, but the couple had always reconciled. Could these personal issues have driven Amy to make a decision that would leave her family shattered? In the days and weeks following Timothy's disappearance, law enforcement agencies worked tirelessly to track down every possible lead. Authorities interviewed friends, family members, and anyone who had come into contact with Amy and Timothy in the days leading up to the disappearance. Police also searched parks, wooded areas, and even waterways, hoping to find some trace of the missing boy. Despite their efforts, nothing conclusive was found. Timothy had seemingly vanished without a trace. The chilling reality was that there were no leads, no clues, and no clear answers. Every tip brought in by the public turned up cold, leaving the case at a frustrating standstill. In 2019, the case of Timmothy Pitzen took a shocking turn. A young man was found wandering the streets of Kentucky, claiming to be Timothy Pitzen. For a brief moment, it seemed like the mystery had finally been solved. But that hope was quickly shattered. DNA testing confirmed that the young man was not Timothy but rather a 23-year-old named Brian Reaney, who had a history of mental health issues and a criminal record. The false lead devastated Timothy's family, but it also reignited media attention around the case. The fact that Timothy's disappearance was still unsolved remained a painful reminder of how elusive justice can be. One of the most debated questions in Timothy's case is whether he is still alive. Some believe that Amy's note should be taken at face value. Timothy was placed with someone she trusted, and he is alive somewhere, perhaps under a new identity. Others believe that Timothy's fate was far more tragic, and that his remains have simply never been found. Experts have weighed in on both sides of the debate. Behavioral analysts suggest that Amy's mental state could indicate that she believed she was acting in Timothy's best interest. But without concrete evidence, the truth remains frustratingly out of reach. Despite the long years of uncertainty, Timothy Pitzen's family and law enforcement remain hopeful that one day, the truth will be revealed. Investigators are committed to continuing the search, and they have urged the public to stay vigilant and report any information that could lead to Timothy's whereabouts. With advancements in forensic science, including DNA analysis and age progression technology, there is hope that new evidence may eventually emerge. Timothy's case remains open, and authorities are ready to act on any new developments. James Pitzen, Timothy's father, has repeatedly shared the heartbreak and confusion that Timothy's disappearance has caused. In the initial days following Timothy's vanishing, James believed that Timothy would be found safe, but as years passed, his hope wavered. In interviews, James has expressed both anger and sorrow over Amy's actions, as she left no direct indication of where Timothy might be. James has described the constant pain of not knowing what happened to his son and often stated that he feels like he's living a nightmare. He holds out hope, however, that Timothy is alive and being cared for, as Amy's final note suggested. In a 2015 interview, James said, "I've had so many different emotions and I still have them. It's hard to have closure when you don't know where your child is or if he's okay." He has continued to plead with anyone who may know something to come forward, stating that he will never stop searching. Timothy's grandmother, Alana Anderson, has also been vocal in media appearances. Like James, Alana initially believed that Timothy would be returned after a short time. Her statements have conveyed deep grief, as she was very close to Timothy. In various interviews, Alana mentioned that Amy was a loving mother but had her personal struggles. She expressed disbelief at Amy's decision to take her own life and leave Timothy's whereabouts unknown. Alana has shared that the family's hope diminishes with each passing year but that they refuse to give up. In 2019, Alana stated, "Timothy, if you're out there, we're waiting for you. We love you and will never stop looking for you." She also encouraged the public to continue sharing Timothy's story, hoping that even the smallest piece of information could lead to his discovery. For Jim Pitzen and the rest of Timothy's family, hope is what keeps them going. They have never given up on the belief that Timothy is out there somewhere waiting to be found. Until that day comes, they continue to share his story, keeping his memory alive in the hearts of all who hear it. If you or someone you know has any information about the disappearance of Timothy Pitzen, No matter how small, please contact the Aurora Police Department or the FBI. Even the smallest piece of information could be the key to solving this heartbreaking mystery. And to everyone watching, thank you for joining me tonight as we explored this tragic case. If you enjoy this kind of content, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Stay safe, stay curious, and remember, there are always more mysteries waiting to be uncovered.